Kai's slowly gathering the resources she needs.
So as part of the process, we've had to look for gear, and thank you to NRL, or the National Rugby League in Australia. They've actually donated us last year's uniforms for their coaches and referees, so that our athletes are able to train in.
Special Olympics offers Samoa a massive opportunity to change attitudes. They've campaigned on that, delivering the message all the way to the top.
It's difficult to explain, but when you become part and parcels of the disabled through relatives that have been affected, then you see the best in human nature.
15 minutes away from 12 o'clock, that's your Lucky Food Town time. You're on your mid-morning show with Magic 98.1 and, of course, 89.5. Booming to you live and direct from downtown Samoa. Slap hands, Bubba. All right. So, like, the first time Fia told me that she was going to go to, what do you call it, the Special Olympics, she was like, hey, I'm going. I was like, where are you going? To Hercules and Zeus.
Jonah's a well-liked radio DJ and uses his role to promote awareness wherever he can.
Actually, did you tell them we've got cameramen in here?
Oh, no.
Sister Fia is a regular guest on his morning show.
Anyways, welcome to TI. And
it's
of
always
course,
good to be here.
My little sister Fia. How you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks.
Excellent.
Now they're using the airwaves to help drum up funds for Athens.
Sure.
Explain to us what's going on with Special Olympics this year.
Wow, talo for Samoa. I guess Madam Fia and I are actually just preparing for Athens, and Special Olympics has been in Samoa now for just over 2 years. And in doing so, we've been blessed actually to have a team go across to Athens and represent. So we're the first in the Pacific.
I'm not saying that just because she's my sister, but as a person that has been around people with disabilities, this is very important. We need to let everybody know that these people are here, and they expect everything that us normal folks, for a lack of a better term, expect in life. And I'm glad that there's opportunity now for them to participate more with their surroundings, with their world, with the environment and everything.
To love your neighbor. This is the greatest of the commandments. And there is no other way to express it other than the hard, cold fact that there is an opportunity to do something good.
It's hard to explain to the athletes just how far they will be travelling.
What we've done is actually had a map of the world, show them where Samoa is and show them where Athens is. You say, do you want to go through New Zealand or shall we go through Australia? So it's kind of cool. And I think, it won't be until we get there that we actually do take the trip that will be the learning for them. The excitement is that, going somewhere far away. So I'm just about to ask, where is Greece? O feel like you do a lot of family eling.
Mama,
I feel.
Basic.
É péssimo, é péssimo. É fair? And I said it's past Pesinga where they do their training all the time, and they'll go past a whole lot of countries before they get there. I've never been to Athens. I know.
Nathan Keel is almost a poster boy for disability.
My faith in McDonald on a muscle. I hate them.
The son of a former politician and businessman, Nathan is the most visible face of intellectual disability in Samoa. He's a Special Olympics athlete too, but his parents wanted others to have the opportunity to travel overseas.
White cake? Chocolate cake?
They recognised that Nathan's a role model for others, but they too initially felt shame at having a child with a disability.
I knew what Nathan was. As soon as I saw him, I recognized he was a Down syndrome. It only needed the doctor to verify it. but I knew immediately, and I was very disappointed, sad, and yeah, I started thinking, oh, what kind of a future would he have, especially here in the island?
We had no expectation because we were never associated with any Down syndrome children, but we knew that he was going to get the best of what we could provide for him.
My fair color, green.
I felt the shame and the stigma that would come with having a child with Down syndrome.
And my favorite color is purple.
Because I know how our community here works, that they will say things like, I wonder what, what she's guilty of or what they're guilty of. And this is very common here in Samoa.
And this one is my favorite color, orange. Wait.
And that's a sad part about it, because they can so much more that they can give to the families instead of just being kept away from the social life, just kept at home.
I would have kept Nathan very much out of the public eye if I had my way, to protect him.
And the homework.
I would give all the credit to Joe.
My apples.
Even with his public figure as a politician, as a businessman, he was never ashamed to be seen with Nathan publicly. And I think that went a long way for public awareness here.
Samoa, come to 300 Samoas. One, come, mate, come see my work.
Everybody recognized Nathan. He's always beside me, and he'd wave to the people and always wave back and say, "Hi, Nathan." Not just hi. Hi, Nathan. They know his name. They accept Nathan. He's happy to have friends, and they're happy to be associated with a very well-known young person in the community.
My message to the moms is you just raise your child as normal as possible within your means.
Can you read it for me?
Chantal has epilepsy and struggles at school.
When he came home. Back home.
She attends a centre that caters to children with disabilities, but the resources are still limited, so Heather pours her energy into the homework.
Spell my sheet. Been trying to teach her, but she always forget, just like that. W-O-W-O-G. I will not rush her, or I will, it will take time. I don't care how long it would take her to remember the letter. I would still give her time to try to remember it.
People in Samoa would often say people with disability are sick. Full stop, end of story. No opportunity.
Donna Lene is chair of Special Olympics Samoa and principal of a local school. She was keen to get behind the organisation because she realised the potential to enhance thousands of lives.
For people with intellectual disability, they're often sidelined because they're at the bottom of the rung. Special Olympics is a really fantastic opportunity for Samoa because it's not an organisation that operates on a high policy level. It gets right in there at a grassroots level.
Donna's taking care of Marcelina, a deaf girl from a small village. A girl who wasn't getting much help at school. Marcelina now works at Donna's school and gets sign language lessons at home. Donna says things are changing, but too many people like Marcelina are still overlooked by Samoan society. She has high hopes that Special Olympics will create awareness.
National Games that we held last year mobilised 300 people, parents and children with intellectual disability, and it was probably the first time that they've ever been collectively together and had a chance to discuss what it was like having a child with intellectual disability.
The team has assembled in Apia for their build-up to Athens. They've got just 14 weeks before they land on the other side of the world.
This is how many athletes are going to be there. When you add in all the coaches, 10,000.
New Zealander Mike Ryan has flown over to support Special Olympics Samoa. He's the Kiwi national coach. He's got just 1 week here. He needs to train the athletes and coaches.
Okay, we're going to get the coaches to go through and do the warm-ups. Just remember, we talked about the importance of doing a warm-up.
There's tremendous will to make it happen, but there's also a big job ahead.
So that means that red score 1 point. Green.
Green.
So they're probably at this stage a couple of steps behind step one. It's just such a steep learning curve for them. Bocce players are about to touch a real bocce ball for the very first time. And this is how many weeks out from going to Athens, whereas our New Zealanders have had ages going through. So it is going to be a steep learning curve for them, I think. It's going to be a huge learning curve for the athletes, a huge learning curve for the coaches as well. Because of the level of one athlete compared to the other, the coaches have got a lot of work to do to try and gauge who is going to play what positions. Remind them that over there it will be in English, so there won't be any Samoan language. Yeah. So you've got to remember, take your marks, set.
We had to take passport photos, and one of them had never before, so I had to hold their hand and take, and then after the photo was taken, we cropped me out for the passport photo and left them in.
When she gets over there, she won't need the strength to throw it hard because it's going to roll quick anyway. It's like playing on concrete, all right? I'm going to take the athletics athletes over and we're going to do some athletics training. Not sure what we're going to do because we don't have a standing long jump to jump into, we don't have a softball to practice the softball throw, we don't really have an athletics track, so we're going to compromise, I think.
And there's still that $300,000 to raise.
Everyone's so excited. It's just got to happen.
I'm really, really looking forward to seeing these guys being there at the bocce. New Zealand aren't going to be there, but Samoa's going to be there. This is great.
I've seen it in other programs that I've participated since being here in Samoa, and once they get it, once they capture that vision, they'll be on board. And I know that these athletes will be blessed because their country's behind them.
Set. Go, 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 go.